this evening and discussed, in particular, Chief Strumheller is kind of spearheading the effort that's going to be run through the Safety Committee, but we're working with trying to coordinate with some of the residences as well as businesses that have their own closed-circuit television surveillance cameras on the exteriors of their buildings to see if we can try and incorporate that into a plan to deter crime and as an additional tool for the police to use when crime is committed to track down the perpetrators, and try and use that and look at other avenues to pursue for maybe enhancing that surveillance camera program for a larger geographic area within the borough. And also we're going to continue to work with the whole issue of enhancing our street lighting system, which would also go, I think, a long way to helping cut back on the problem that we have with the street crime. I think that's pretty much all the issues we talked about.
Okay, any other questions? All right, committee reports. Mr. Green. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, Mr. President. For those of you who may not have read the newspaper, the library has received a matching grant for $300,000 from the state, which means we're going to now be able to undertake a $600,000 project to renovate and upgrade the library services. In listening to the comments tonight, I want to thank council. This council has led the way in funding libraries, unlike many communities across the state and the state itself. This council has seen fit to make an investment in the future. And I'm hoping that most of you know what this card is. All of you should have one in your pocket. It doesn't cost you anything and has so many benefits. It's a membership card to the library. It gives you internet access to all of the electronic features that the library has. And it's a passport to improving your life, the life of your family and friends. So if you don't have a card, I suggest you get one. If your children don't have a card, I suggest you encourage them to get one. And if your grandchildren don't have one, please get one for your grandchildren, because they are the future, and the library is an integral part of the future. And the library board, whom I represent at the meeting tonight, is interested in doing the very best that they can with the limited funds that they have to make our library the best library that it can be in the modern era. So I'd like to try to just pick up on one or two things. I'll be brief, try to keep the 3-minute timeline in line. The newspaper gave excellent coverage about what the project is going to do, but they didn't tell the whole story. There was a lot to tell, and they didn't have space to tell the whole story. The most significant part for me is that the library will now become, in the future, hopefully within the next year to a year and a half, more accessible to persons with disabilities. We currently have a mezzanine that is not accessible to people who are in wheelchairs, and this project will take care of that. There is space inside the building, which is not available when you go there to see it, where the second floor can be accessed by the existing elevator through a hallway that is yet to be built into an area that accesses the mezzanine where books and other materials are available, meeting rooms are available. That same space will provide an additional meeting room, which is greatly needed because the current space is booked to capacity virtually all the time. So there are some internal features that you won't see from the outside of the building that are going to be remedied with this process, and the building will become more accessible to people with disabilities. Handicap parking will be now moved to the east side of the building. Access will come from the front, and persons will not have to get out of their cars in traffic in order to enter the building. They'll be able to do that from a parking lot that's off of traffic and enter the building without having to be risk of being run over. And when we complete this process, we're going to need additional funding. We're using monies that have been accumulated over the years to match the grant from the state. We are going to have to undertake additional funding for the continued maintenance and operation of the building, and that's where you come in. Please keep in mind your gift giving. We give annual letters of support. We don't always get the kind of support we like. A few dollars here and there from a lot of people can add up to a lot of money. We're asking for your support, and we can also do that with bequests endowments or other kinds of post-death giving for your estates and estate planning. And we do have fundraisers that we do. Charlie Zahn, who's very popular with the Celtic and Irish music lovers, will be back. And we're planning a whiskey tasting sometime later in the spring, which will be a new experience for us, and hopefully you can support that. So again, I want to thank council for all of their help. Please get the word out to join the library, support library activities, and help us keep our 100-year-old building up to code and busy. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, human relations, the mayor, anything? Okay, Padita, Mr. Belovich.
Just two things. We have the recent appointment. We recommend Dr. Jeff Hartman again. He was just appointed to a term that was very short, like a month or so. And the other big thing is we're having our meeting our yearly meeting for the merchants on January 22nd, right here at 7 p.m. We hope to see everybody come out.
What day is that?
January 22nd.
Okay, COG, the minutes are in your packet. Anything you want to add?
And we have a meeting tomorrow night.
Mr. Durr, EAC, I saw him.
No meeting in December. The only activity on the EAC is member Maureen Perano will be serving on the Sustainability Committee.
Okay, one of the things too, if you can have as your charge is somehow do some education on increasing our recycling. Certainly, especially this past holiday, walking around, the amount of cardboard and paper that was thrown in the trash was unbelievable.
That has been one of our major areas where we've had some communication challenges on getting some traction on that. And yes, Pottstown runs about 20%, which is not too bad, but it's well below basically 30% plus is a target, and there are substantial municipalities that get closer to 50%.
If somehow we can, even
yes,
increase the education in these school districts, because
and that
the kids do it, parents will do it.
That's sort of a specific case.
Okay, thank you. Regional planning, I guess we're going to have a presentation next month on the update on the comp plan. Is that right, Brian? Yeah, so we'll see what the changes are and so forth on that plan, and then we will be having a public hearing and meeting on that sometime in the future after that, after it's been advertised. Light property, Councilor Williams.
We had no meeting in December. Our next scheduled meeting is January 21st.
Okay. Going into new business. Okay, a motion to grant request of Housing Vision, Syracuse, New York, and Genesis Housing Corporation, Norristown, Pennsylvania, for a letter of support for the Beach Street Factory Apartment Project to be located at 341 Beach Street for the 2015 application of tax credits by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Do I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Okay, we're going to have a roll call vote, please.
Vice President Geary?
Aye.
Councilor Kirkland?
Yes.
Councilor Culp?
Yes.
Councilor Miller?
No.
Councilor Proxel?
Yes.
Councilor Wien?
No.
President Gironi?
Yes.
Motion carried, 5 ayes, 2 nays.
Congratulations, your letter will be forthcoming unless you have one already made up for me to sign.
We'll get to
Motion to adopt a resolution amending the borough's fee resolution addressing property maintenance charges, trash disposal fee, and credit card service fee.
Moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Kind of follow up on your admonition to Mr. Durr. Part of the reason, a big part of the reason that we were able to reduce the trash fee this time is because of the success we've had in the recycling program. So more success in the future hopefully can lead to a further decrease in our fees. So get the word out and keep it up.
I mean, I've been on council many years, and I don't ever remember us turning back a fee, that reduction. So that's true. It is a testament to those that are recycling, but we need to do better. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adopt an ordinance